I guess we'll have to wait and find out. As Liquid do indeed. They've got a funky lineup. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't know quite how to feel about it. It's not. I don't feel very confident. It could be really good. It could be really bad.
A lot of pressure on this Enigma, I think, to win every single team fight, basically, against these VP heroes. I mean, it's hard. You have the egg, you have the Chronosphere. There's plenty of backline jump to stop his hole. But, you know, if this hero gets a lead and you can hit a good enough black hole, get enough heroes in it, you can win basically any fight. I mean, this is the only source of team fight that Liquid really have, is the Enigma.
Yeah, the rest of it is a lot of fast play, right? There's this, like, pushing power of the Lycan. Zayat's looking to be body blocked up a whole lot. They actually get the bounty rune as well. Zayat's is just out to try and survive, but he's not going to. Boxy picks up the first blood, and he's already set in a potentially better position than he was last game.
He started with the boots. He's just straight roaming. Taiga's just off-lane Enigma this game. What did he start with? Basilius? Okay, that's interesting. You know, I've wondered what an Enigma in the current patch would go. You don't see this hero play too much as an offlaner or just in general, so it'll be cool to see what he theory crafts the build is. I was thinking maybe he'd build this into a Veil because it does work with that pure damage, but I think the Bassi is just like the most efficient mana regen that you can get in Dota currently. You know, the Sage's Masks, they did get nerfed. Everybody was spamming those, having like 2 Sage's Masks casually, and they got nerfed, but the upgraded items still have the same mana regen that they had before. So if you upgrade, it's still good.
My question is, do you think that that Boxy is not going to be bottom? Do you think, like, are they going to be playing Taiga in the lane, or are they going to be playing Taiga where he's just, you know, taking away lane creep every single time, then going farming up the triangle, or the hard camp, I guess I should say?
I think you can do that. I think Boxy starting with these boots, like, you could possibly put a little bit of pressure on this Phoenix, who is notoriously terrible at level 1, and just give Taiga like the solo XP bot because he's going to bring the lane back. But then Boxy with farm this game too would be really nice. I mean, this Void Spirit hero, he complements everything so well. If there's something going on, he will make it better because he just has disables, he has mobility, he has BKB piercing slows, BKB piercing damage. Like, this hero does literally everything. So if he can get some farm, and he's also like the best jump hero in the game. If he can get some farm, I think it's going to be really good in this game.
His if he could get all the way to an Aghanim Scepter, it's very impactful here against this VP lineup. But even just having the first item, Mule Scepter, it would be really important for his own survival against a potential Orchid on the Queen of Pain. We have the time dilation of the Void.
Yeah, there's a lot of big problems. Yep, for sure. If he can jump one of these Phoenix, Void, whoever, one of these like big team fight heroes, I think that's how Liquid can win team fights, with having inferior team fight ability, basically.
Yeah.
Once again, if Taiga is hitting like really sick black holes, then it's very different. If he's got a big gold lead and he can, you know, play with the Blink Dagger and BKB, it's very different. But it's going to take a pretty good early game for him.
But on the VIRTUS.PRO side, right, like it just feels like their lineup naturally clicks. I mean, we've got all the team fight combinations that we've been talking about before, right? We were going to have the Phoenix Egg with the Chronosphere protecting it. We've got this very fast pace, like tempo hero in the mid lane for no one, playing Queen of Pain rather than the Furion this time. Less pushing power, but it just is this natural buildup of team fight in late game.
Yeah, 100%. Just as fast as that hero. I love seeing him on heroes like this. Just take control of the entire game. That is exactly what he does best. Basically destroying the enemy team in terms of kills and pressure on the map, but also taking farm along the way. I think that's where he does the best. I don't like seeing him on, you know, some SF where he's just jungling and treads, drums, that's BKB, that sort of thing. Like, I love the Yule's Blink if he were to go for SF. Like, I'd love to see him doing this like high skill stuff.
Yeah.
This is where he does best, and no one is just one of the best laners in the game.
Yeah, like it complements each other, right? When you're a really flashy, aggressive player and you're really sick at laning, you get yourself the advantage off the laning phase, and then you just naturally snowball it with big moves.
Yeah, some players do sick laning, and then they just go jungle, and, you know, that can work as well if you have some other lanes that are, if you have some other cores that like to roam around and do things. But I think the mid lane right now, just the way it's played, really lends itself to doing both of those things, which I think is why we see VP doing so damn well It's funny their webcams don't turn back on when they're reconnecting.
Yeah, might have been just so many times of, you know, maybe restarting the PC or restarting the router or figure something out that you forget about it.
This is cool. I think this is good. Playing with the Void Spirit.
Yeah.
And just doing this combo kind of like OG where they have the support and then the Wisp is a core, except you're just combining the two supports here and zoning out this level 1 Phoenix. So Zayats, he goes for the creep pull. This is what you have to do.
You see, even MiCKe was thinking about making a move over, see if he can try and help catch Zayats here. The Aether Remnant does manage to pull him back in. Zayats, Insania, trying to get in front of him a little bit. He's going to go for the kickback. He's only pulling half of the creep wave here, so this is not too bad. And it's for Liquid. It's going to be even better for Liquid if they can actually get this kill. It's going to be up to Boxy, though. Zayats, is he actually just suiciding right now? I thought he was maybe going to suicide to the tier 2. No, he's going to cut up, but that's where the Aether Remnant is going to catch him again. And this early tri-lane is beginning to pay off. It did give Resolution
I was gonna say,
to get level 2, though.
I feel like this is great for VP. This puts Resolution solo against a MiCKe Tiny. Like that, Phoenix is fine with that. You're just sitting there and getting XP against a tri-lane. That's not supposed to happen. But Liquid has to chase the Earth Spirit, otherwise he cuts that wave. I think that's amazing, an amazing play from VP there, just to do that and waste so much time. If he dies immediately, it's different, but...
Yeah, the way he pulled the creep wave, some of those creeps back now just means a big wave is going to be pushing into the Phoenix again, and they're just going to get some levels. And here's the smiley from Resolution. And
Phoenix got level 2 because he only pulled half. I was sitting there thinking, like, why the heck is he pulling half the wave? Because Phoenix probably got denied on the first wave because of the tri-lane. If he has 2 creeps, he's level 2. Now all of a sudden it's way harder to tri-lane against him.
Yeah, I think he actually got 2 different creeps that denied at least, because he barely had level 2 with a wave and another 2 creeps.
Oh, we can actually see. So six creeps from MiCKe. So I would imagine that he probably got a deny or a couple denies on the first wave, considering it was way freer than these ones. Yeah, super well played by VP so far. They know their early game, man. Like they really know how to get the most out of like the 1 to 2 minute mark, which
and that was always VIRTUS.PRO to a T, right? Snowball lanes win game.
Yeah, that is literally that's what they did when they were in their prime with most of this same roster. You know,
yeah, so I have to wonder if that's something about the leadership of Solo, that he tries to really focus on those things, hammer them home, or if he's the one perhaps bringing them to light.
I mean, he is the only guy that's picking SD. Like, this hero's not really picked that much. It's just the occasional, like, A or B tier pick for
Yeah, like, oh, Luna got picked up. I got Shadow Demon's good here.
Terrorblade got picked up. I'm going to pick Shadow Demon. But he's just like, no, this is a good hero. And I think that hero lends itself to doing extremely well in the lanes. Like, the Shadow Poison, extremely powerful against certain heroes. The Disruption, powerful against other heroes.
Pull back here on the Phoenix, and they do manage to burst him down before he could get the dive away. Very important kill, because as you said, he was getting those levels that he wanted to get. Taiga, he calls in some reinforcements from Boxy, so they get that 1 kill, say, okay, we're going to stop tri-laning here. We kind of did what we came to do, and Boxy will join Taiga in the duo once again.
Boxy's got the Overvenom, so he can slow him down. But
oh my god! What was that RNG? Like, you know, he might have died anyway, but seriously, what was that?
Level 2. Man, I don't know. Sometimes Void just looks like, Faces Void can look like a bullshit hero. Like, that makes him look, that makes the hero look like he's great at laning. He is really not the strongest laner.
Sorry, I just thought this was cool. So Lycan's like a Dragon Knight, right? If you're opposed against a hero that wants to move around the map, you're threatening his tower. So maybe this Quap won't want to move around so much, but Lycan's even cooler because he throws a wolf to each one of the power runes. Might be able to deny the rune as a result.
Yeah, very nice. Do similar thing on Broodmother, deny those runes.
Yeah. Taiga, quickly surrounded here, is going to get a decent amount of damage on ILTW. They Aether Remnant, it misses on both of them too, so they don't manage to get that counter kill. 2 to 3 now. It's VIRTUS.PRO. Picking up some kills in this bottom lane. Have a nice little stack here.
Radiant structures.
Yeah, the SD is really nice setup for the Enigma. I mean, the hero literally just walks away from you, right? So getting the Void right on top of him and the illusions to body block, there's not really much Enigma can do. He can't just like leap away. He doesn't have a blink. Doesn't have an AoE disable, anything like that. You surround him by units like that, and there's not much he can do.
What I find a little bit awkward here is we're going to watch Boxy miss out on a boundary room because of that disruption. At least he got the one that he was on top of, but obviously the other one, Solo will collect. The Damn, what was the point I was going to make? Oh, he kind of has to get BKB because of Earth Spirit, right? It's just such an easy way to, like, just throw the boulder down and silence him.
100%. Right? There's no other choice, really. Or, I mean, you can go for the Aura build. That, But then I feel like you might lack teamfight. You're really banking on snowballing the towers, which can happen. I mean, they do have a Lycan. They do have a Lycan with a tiny safe lane, so they can definitely snowball.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It takes
still gets him with the disruption. That's probably going to be a dead IO. MiCKe will try and protect his support as best as possible with the avalanche. It catches resolution mid-flight there, so that was perfect. It actually does save him. If anything, they're going to get the kill onto Solo with that nice toss back. Insania helps him out with the damage, and they get the kill. Nice response from the Liquid duo here in the top lane. They're going to maybe get a second one here on Zayats as well, who doesn't have the roll up fast enough to get away. Second kill, and now a toss forward. Resolution doesn't have the dive. They're going to try and put Boxy right on top of the avalanche as well. What a big turnaround. That was supposed to be a simple kill into the IO, and it turns against VIRTUS.PRO. They lose 3.
Man, I mean, speaking of snowballing, this is exactly how they want to start out in this game with these 2 extremely fast cores in the Lycan and the Tiny. I mean, Enigma's really their late game hero in this game. So if you can snowball these 2 cores, make space for your Enigma, I think this game's looking great for them. The Liquids, they're looking good in this one. The odds were a bit different, by the way. They a little bit more in favor of VP, but
yeah, people are. We saw that performance by VIRTUS.PRO. It was very convincing.
After the start, though, I don't know if I would agree with those. He has a hole. I just don't have mana for it.
Yeah, just trying to get some damage in. May still be able to run him down thanks to the help of that wolf. He disruptions himself to try and buy a little bit of time, and the Chronosphere actually catches most of the Eidolons there and stops the damage that would have finished off Solo. It did cost them the Chronosphere, but if they can get the second kill, it'd be nice, but can't stick onto him.
If they give Enigma any sort of extra regen or base int, I think he's going to be a good hero. Like, this is Enigma's biggest problem, is you use one spell and you can't use Hole. You need mana boots. Yeah. Like, this hero does not function without mana boots. And that is a really scary requirement to have in your hero.
Here's what we were talking about. As soon as the Queen of Pain leaves the lane, Koifa immediately threatening tower with the early Necronomicon pickup, because you can do that as a Lycan. Now he's going to try and kill Solo here. The disruption was used after all. This is a freebie, and you can go back to hitting that mid tower. They still have in the top lane this Queen of Pain trying to go for these kills. As he loses his mid tower, he has to get these kills, and he does manage to get MiCKe at least. Insania, less important, but probably just as likely to go down here, as he has no tether escapes really. Back in the lane he goes, but I'll just take out. Bottom lane, there's the black hole, and they do manage to get that Faceless Void. Boxy still trying to help him get out of this sticky situations. The Eidolons are taking up the towers. Here comes the Phoenix. He's TPing in. Can he get there in time? He's not actually going to go for the Enigma. I think maybe he could have dove. It would have been a close call, but he's not able to catch either one as a result. In fact, Boxy, he's going to turn around, see if he can kill Zayats. They're going to go for it. Dissimulate. It hits him. He reads it correctly. He reads where Zayats is going to be headed, hits him with a Dissimulate, finishes him off. He may die here as the Soul Catcher with the burn damage is coming in. Disruption, Boxy, can he help him out? Malphus, here comes the heals from Insania. The Soul Catcher is going to wear out. He gets a little bonus of HP, and now Boxy turns on a Solo. Another TP coming in from Zayats. All of these, Boxy, he has Dissimulate. He goes down to low ground. Oh, he doesn't actually go down to the river. That's where no one was going to be, but he does head into Zayats, who stops that TP pretty quick.
Yeah, I get why he went that way. No one was coming in.
I think Ty got TP'd. Oh, he didn't TP.
He needs to TP. He needs to get out.
Okay, he's good.
Pick the right place to juke to. Boxy, unfortunately, didn't, just a bit of RNG there. Taiga gets out, and, really he's the core in this game. Anytime there's an Enigma in a game, he's the late game carry. This hero can 1v5 if he gets a good enough hole.
Yeah. You want another insane stat here, Janky?
Yeah, hit me with that stat.
The this Tiny contest rate 80% in this tournament. That's pretty insane, right?
I think that's fair. I mean,
so you would expect a hero that's so popular, picked and banned, right, that it would have a acceptable win rate.
You would think so.
You're gonna watch him dying to the Supernova. He's very, very dead. 62% win rate.
Yeah, that's quite high.
Yeah, that's very high.
That's very high. I thought it was going to go the other way.
No.
We can see here why he's got such a high win rate. Look at the damage this little guy does.
So what I was leading into is most of the time we've been seeing this as support. Sometimes we'll see it mid or something.
That is correct. Like, it's mostly core.
What do you think about this safe lane, the tiny IO combination? Like, do you think it's as potent as it used to be?
I think this works because you have a Lycan mid and you have an Enigma off lane. You have these two heroes that are, I mean, Lycan's a carry. Enigma is the carry. So you're basically playing like a mid or an off lane tiny in this game. Even though
just with a little extra net worth, a little bit of a bonus.
A little bit of a boost. Yeah. And we can see that Liquid, they really like experimenting with these like net worth distribution ideas.
Yeah.
Which, once again, I find so interesting. There's not many teams that do this. Boxy basically playing 4 position. You have IO, who's always a 4.5. Like in mid, this is a carry. Tiny, this is a mid hero.
Here comes Big Smoke Gank. They are bringing all their heroes here to this lane. Boxy's going to try and stop the TP in here for the Queen of Pain to do a lot, but with the Chronosphere, they're going to make sure Koifa does die. He quickly kills the courier here. Is he still going to get out though, Boxy? Zayat's going to roll in. It's close, but he's just a little bit shy and a little bit too late.
That's a big kill for them to pick up, particularly because it defends this bottom tower. I mean, miCKe's still farming. This is not the old tiny IO where he's going to carry in the late game by any means, but he's still going for an Echo Saber. He's still probably going to pick up an Aghanim Scepter. Right? Like, he's still a core you have to worry about, at least to some degree, if you're letting him free farm. But with that being said, you defend that bot tower, and of course, you have free farming cores too. Spirit Vessel, Queen of Pain.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
It's been a while since I've seen this build. I used to love this build on offlane co-op.
Yeah.
The damage between the dagger and the vessel is enough to basically take any hero from full to 0 with 2 vessel charges. You just stay on them with your constant blinks, your constant daggers that have obviously a way lower cooldown than duration, and they die. No matter what, you'll kill somebody. You have enough damage.
Still has the dive up, so unless they can get this tiny on top of him, which they do for a second. Avalanche, toss forward. Boxy's going to go in. He does manage to pop the supernova, and they got one of the fire spirits out, so they're going to retreat. No one's going to try and punish them here, and Zany is a little bit low. They do still have that sonic wave, so if no one positions himself accordingly, toss back though into Taiga, into the black hole. There's Resolution, try to lay the damage out to get some sort of counter kill, but he has to skedaddle, he has to jump away. Insania does get burnt out, it looks like, from the dagger, and Boxy, he goes down to Zayat, so they actually get a decent response from VIRTUS.PRO, even though we just watched the Queen of Pain die.
Yeah, but if you're Liquid, you get the tower, so I think that's the more primary concern for them, is this frees up this bot area for Enigma to farm. And it's so annoying having a Summons hero down here. We saw this with Beastmaster in the last game.
Careful solo of all those Eidolons. They do a lot of damage. He's going to go for the TP out, and he will just make it. Solo, let's see if he survives through the Eidolons. He will not survive to Boxy. That is the real killer right there. Now they're going to relocate in. Resolution, he dove out, and he's got Tranquil Boots. That'll help him get some distance, but not far enough, it seems. Toss up in the air, and another Ether Remnant for the catch. Boxy doing a really nice job on this 4 position. Back into the top lane they go, though. Insania pulled miCKe in here. They wanted to still be able to fight it out. Tossed up, ILTW quickly time walks off the damage. miCKe looks to be able to stick on top of him with the Avalanche now. The Chronosphere is coming up in a second, so miCKe, he's got to be careful, especially with no one closing in. With the Lycan, he spotted all this with the Wolves, and he's going to pop his ultimate here. Science has committed his roll in, and immediately the rest of VIRTUS.PRO is like, nope, that's a level 12 Lycan with the Necro 3, boys. It's time to leave. It's time to get out. It's time to TP away. No one. He makes it out. Time walk over to the other side of the cliff. Looks like ILTW. He knows the danger that is present when the big bad wolf is out.
Yeah, really all they have to deal with him is the Chronosphere, and if you're going to chrono a Lycan, you better be sure that you have some damage near you.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just chrono to save. If you chrono to save, then Liquid just takes a tower because you don't have Chronosphere. Because, once again, it's the only option versus the Lycan. So you basically kind of just have to sacrifice your supports there, or your support, and then have the Queen of Pain TP out. If there's any sort of disable, we have seen how quickly Lycan shreds a Queen of Pain, especially with these new Necro units doing hero damage.
Yeah.
So they do a lot more damage to heroes, but less to creeps and less to towers.
I feel like Lycan's another one of those heroes that doesn't care super much about that change, just because very likely he'll take that tower anyway, even with the loss of damage on buildings.
Yeah, I mean, he hits heroes with the creeps as well, so.
They're going to try and deal with the supernova really quickly, turn around and kill it. The Sonic Wave goes out and takes away VIRTUS.PRO. He's on the run here. He's got some heroes around him. Boxy's going to make his entrance. Does a decent amount of AoE damage with the buyback coming in from the IO to help bail out VIRTUS.PRO, but it's too much. The Chronosphere, he's beaten down before Insania can give him the helping hand in the heals. Insania, is this going to be a dieback? The roll in from the Earth Spirit. ILTW is able to stick on him. Double kill there from Zayats, but he will die underneath this tier 2 tower. The bigger thing is we had ILTW get out, TP back to mid, and continue to farm.
Yeah, ILTW has a lot of weight on his shoulders this game. He is the primary hero that is going to be dealing with this Enigma. He's the primary hero that can actually deal with the Lycan. You could argue even the IO. You do the Earth Spirit for the backline jump. You do the Queen of Pain Vessel. That is definitely an option. I really like how VP has itemized, but there's a lot of pressure on him given that he's the highest net worth too. It's like he's got to not die. If he dies one time, I think that's like a Solo thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Solo is
Dire are scanning.
is such a fun 5 position to watch. Remember when VP was super dominant, he was playing this Disruptor, and like a level 3 Disruptor would show up to the offlane ganking, and you're just like, what? What's happening?
He does not participate in what is like standard Dota. That guy does not play the same game that we all play.
ILTW, they know he's here. They're going to be able to hit him with the Remnant. Nice position there from Boxy. Opens it up. Hits the initiation that's required for the follow-up there. Taiga gets the black hole. Zayats looks like he didn't have a removal, and he kind of panicked there and decided, well, I'll roll into the black hole. That doesn't work, though. No one's going to be chased down by the Lycan. Zayats is still in trouble on the side. Tossed over to Solo. So they're just focusing on getting as many kills as possible. Nice shot by Zayats, though, as he does manage to kill Taiga. Still, though, it's a lost team fight for VIRTUS.PRO. 4 dead, and they're going to be losing this tier 1 top.
This is kind of similar to what happened with VP in the last game, where there's just so much net worth and so many problems that they have in terms of the cores on the Liquid side that, sure, you can commit everything to kill Taiga on Enigma, but then there's a Lycan that's running rampant. There's a Lycan that's going to kill your Queen of Pain. There's still a Tiny with a Wisp behind him who's got an Echo Saber. So
you're referencing this is the same problem that Liquid had last game, where they were trying to target Zayats and he was too tanky for them.
Right. It's a mirror, and so maybe they go with the Liquid solution. They try to hit a big Chrono. Okay, misses the Ether Remnant.
Well, they won't have that Chrono for another 10 seconds.
Still playing very aggressive.
Just trying to get in there. Looks like they want to take this safe lane tower while there is big cooldowns, right? No relocate, no transformation, no black hole. Maybe a kill on the Boxy here, but it's a little hard to catch up with Rezo. And now Rezo, gets off the Supernova. Trusting his team to be able to protect him here, but they're not going to be able to. The Chronosphere, it comes too late. It was going to be so pretty. They're still managing to kill Insania, though, but it looks like Boxy's going to man up and see if he can kill Solo. Solo had tons of stacks on him, though. A bunch of magic wand charges, but Boxy's still going to be able to catch up to him. Trying to jump away with the Dissimulate. Still has an Ether Remnant that manages to catch this Faceless Void, but he jumps right into Boxy here. No bashes just yet. Boxy, Astral Step. He's got another Ether Remnant. He's got his Mule Scepter. He can Mule Set the Void. Astral Step in another 2 seconds, and yeah, they're going to give up on this Jace. They can't catch him. Boxy. That was some big boy play right there. Nice juke.
Those were very nice jukes. Somebody should clip that. That was very nice.
I'm really impressed how he keeps on hitting these Ether Remnants right next to creeps.
Yeah, no, he's like, he's putting them at really interesting angles.
Yeah.
Like, he's clearly very practiced on this Void Spirit here. Like, Boxy's got to be a Void spammer. Which is funny, because you see him playing so much Puck. You'd think it's the only hero he can play, but he's destroying this game.
VIRTUS.PRO finds Solo here. And with that kind of pick off, they're going to feel good maybe about going for one of these tier 2s nice and early. Kill onto no one, and yeah, this is free whatever you want. You want to take the tier 2? You want to go for Roshan? The world is your oyster right now if you're Liquid. It's 11,000 net worth lead as we hit the 20-minute marker.
And you know that this game, they have
Middle tower has
so
fallen.
much tower push. We've seen games where teams take this snowball advantage and then they don't have a way of actually taking advantage of it with towers, but...
You've got 3 pushing cores on the side of Liquid, so they certainly don't have that problem. They built up a net worth lead, and they're going to take a tier 3 super early. Pull back onto Solo, he's dead again. Boxy, he's just an executioner in the server right now. He gets in there, chops the heads off of any support he finds, and gets out nice and clean. miCKe slowed down here. They managed to take down this melee barracks. They have to relocate up, so if he's really in trouble, Insania can bail him out. And VIRTUS.PRO, they're going to have to watch as Liquid walk away. With that, the remnants of the melee barracks still crumble next to them.
Yeah, this is so nice.
Yeah, look at that.
That remnant alone, yeah, okay, that's... So we're just going to show the... I mean, the remnant alone is like an amazing play.
Yeah.
So many creeps chasing you, which arguably, like, you want that to be happening in that situation because it makes it hard to keep chasing because they get in your way, they body block you, right?
Yep, yep.
So as long as he can hit that remnant and high skill it, the creeps, you'd prefer them to be there. If he didn't hit that remnant, the creeps get you killed.
Yeah. What a pickup here on the Queen of Pain. This early Yule Scepter from Boxy doing some work here. The Aghanim Scepter. Oh, it almost got him. The Wolves. The Wolves. They're going to track down no one. They managed to get the kill while the relocate happens around the Supernova. And Taiga, he sees his opportunity. He hits the 2-man black hole. They've caught the void. And now VIRTUS.PRO, they're out. Jesus. That happened in a hurry. All of a sudden, Liquid have tied up this series. We started off this game too, Jenkins, asking ourselves if VIRTUS.PRO were just going to continue the train that happened in game 1, but no. That train's going in the other direction now. Our series is all tied up, and we're going to have ourselves a game